Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rita Borenstein, and the name of my channel is the same as my name. Yes, since 10 years, I've been working as a life between life facilitator here in Sweden, and still I'm the only one based on the work by Dr. Michael Newton, who offered these kind of sessions here in Sweden. Over the last 10 years, when I worked with this method, I've been very inspired in so many ways to find my own expression. And one of the ways is, of course, to facilitate a lot of sessions, which I've done. I've seen a lot of clients and learned truly a lot from each and one. And also after a couple of years doing these sessions, I gathered information which urged me to start writing books about it. And it just started one morning. I was so inspired after 3 sessions with a surgeon who did super long and deep sessions with me, and they were so inspiring and in so many ways gave me so much information. So I wanted to. I asked the surgeon if he would consent to be one of my case studies in the book. And of course, he's anonymous because he said if he would tell anyone that he is working as a surgeon and also a case study in my book, it wouldn't work because of the way it is here in Sweden still. But this is, I'd like to show you how this book looks that I produced then. And it took me 5 years to produce this book. And thanks to my dear friend Ann-Sofie Hammarström, who is a graphic designer, she helped me to learn and get in touch with people and everything I needed to produce such a book. And then after some time, I also translated it to Swedish myself, and they look like this. And it's to Solman back and Själen ses hem in Swedish. In the book, I also share a life between life session of my own, which I did with Angela Noon in England. She was one of my mentors in Michael Newton Institute. And through these 2 books, I learned so many things, but also it inspired me because from just being a passionate writer, I had no idea how to produce a book, so I learned, and I learned by doing. Basically, it's like throwing my hat over a wall and jumping after. So thanks to also Ann-Christine Magnusson, my dear friend, who helped me edit, and also Gunilla Wahlström, who is one of the editors too, and Pete Smith and Dorothea, my dear Life Within Life colleagues, who wrote forewords, and all together made me really happy and so proud also of myself to be a book producer. And I totally, well, self-produced and self-published and also earned all the money I needed. I lived on bread and butter over a few years to be able to produce all these books also to come, because after some time I wanted to do another book, and this is the product. My Soul is a Diamond, and in Swedish too, translated Min själ en diamant, Let My True Light Shine. And this is about my Life Between Life session with Dorothea Fackart in Germany. It's read. The book is read because it was about my heart. I had over the 10 years, in the beginning of the 10 years, working with Life Between Life, I started to have some symptoms, believing I was truly ill, but it turned out to be panic attacks and anxiety. And I realized doing all these sessions with so many people and also digging deep into my own soul with a lot of sessions and past life regressions and everything that happened to me or for me, with me, my soul coming out, so to speak, as a person. I had to leave a lot of things behind, and it was separation, many sorrows, and a lot of grief that gave me some kind of heartache. And this I wanted to, I checked my heart with the doctor, of course, nothing wrong, no high blood pressure, nothing like that. So I figured it probably had to do with something in my development as a person and as a soul. So in this session, Dorothea, I really had a great help from Dorothea in deep regression to find out what I truly wanted from life and to understand why I had been feeling so sad and had so much grief inside. And I remembered a wonderful life as Layla, a long time ago, and I have recorded a video about my experience as Layla, as in a truly happy, feminine, wonderful, beautiful life. So the question was then, how can I, in my life as Rita, relive my happiness? This is a new life, of course, but I remember what it was like to be truly happy and to follow my own bliss, which I've done since this session with Dorothea, truly, in some ups and downs, but this is my true passion to polish my diamond. Anne-Sophie, who the graphic designer, my friend, made an excellent cover for this book, I believe, because the diamond is a metaphor for my my own polishing of all my facets, and it's not done yet, of course, but I believe I've come out more to shine more the way I am as a person, to do what I love and to follow my bliss, as I said before. This book also contains a session with, in Swedish, and I believe maybe abroad too, famous spiritual clairvoyant and psychic Terry Evans, who's originally from England, and he did a Life Between Life session, which is in this book with dialogues and some comments from him. And there's a third case story too. Someone I just named Ketki, which is her name. She's an Indian young woman, still a young woman, and who lives in Finland with her husband and daughter. She is a scientist and a brilliant young lady who was struggling with her past. I choose her session to be an example of these young people I do sessions with and who want to decide for themselves how to choose their way of life. So these were this is my second book. And then I also produced the books by Dr. Michael Newton in Swedish and English. And I was truly lucky because when I started to work, these are, by the way, the covers are also, and everything else graphically is designed by my friend Anne-Sophie Hammarström. So without her, I'd be nothing. really, when it comes to books. But the history behind this is that I started to work with Life Within Life hypnosis in 2013, and these books were available in Swedish back then. So every time I was doing a lecture tour in Sweden, I ordered about 50 books to be able to distribute to the people in the audience if they wanted to have a copy. But then all of a sudden they were not available anymore, and the years passed, and I started to investigate how come no one wanted to publish these books anymore. So a lot of things had happened with the publisher who used to do it, and they were basically not available. So then I thought to myself, maybe I can publish them then. And so I contacted Levelen Publishing, an international publishing company, who in American company, who have the international rights for Michael Newton books, Journey of Souls and Destiny of Souls. And I asked, would it be possible to have the Swedish right to publish in Swedish? And they said yes, because I'm a member of the Michael Newton Institute, and I have been very busy in the Institute as a volunteer, being in charge of the mentor program for a long time, and also shortly being a member in the board. So, well, I had the privilege, but I totally self-published again, and also had to earn all the money with my sessions to be able to afford to print them and to publish them. And with bravery, if I may say so for myself, there is luck. So first of all, it would have been an enormous job, and costly too, to translate them again, these two books, into Swedish from English. But luckily, there was a translation still available, because I think that there was an excellent translation and by a lady called named Shastin Kennedy. And she really went all in to translate these books back in the days. And I tried to find her, but unfortunately she had died, she had passed. But I got in touch with her daughter, Anna Kennedy, who gave me the rights to use her mother's translation. She found the translations because Shastin had everything in order. So in the book, I have some words from Anna Kennedy, who has written here about her mom, and also a new foreword by Pete Smith, who knew Michael Newton well, and who was the leader of Michael Newton Institute for a very long time, and still is somehow. And also Destiny of Souls has some things written here from Anna Kennedy. So I was truly lucky in all this publishing. And then a few years passed, and I had to recover economically from all this publishing, because now the books are distributed through all these online book shops, and I have a distributor too here in Sweden who stores who has a storage of my books, and they do all the distributing. And internationally, I do it another way. So these books are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble too, and in Sweden, Adlibris and Adlibris International too. So they're easy to find online if you Google my name. But then last year, by the end of 2022, I wanted to find a new creative way, and then I started with my YouTube channel. thanks to my son, Ruben Schneiderman, who is a filmmaker and truly talented editor and everything when it comes to expression through sound and picture and motion picture. So he has been my mentor, and my daughter Sipora Schneiderman has helped me also with some graphic design, and the work goes on. So I got the advice, start with quantity. So I recorded at least 30 videos last year, but I had to put them all in the trash can because my son would not give me green light after all. So then I started all over again in January, and now I keep going, recording a lot of videos by myself, like this one in Swedish and English separately, and then interview as many people as possible who I find inspiring, and people who follow their bliss and have their own way to express themselves in so many ways. Some are my colleagues in the Michael Newton Institute. I learned to know a lot of them while I was active, super active in the Institute. I'm really happy for the 10 years being active in the Institute. And also a few friends here in Sweden, and some other people. They keep lining up. So tomorrow I will interview Rashi Sharma, who is a true charming lady who lives in Bangalore in India. I used to be her mentor back in the days for some time, but basically no mentor needed. I learned from her because she is a brilliant hypnotherapist who teaches also hypnotherapy in her country, and it will be exciting to interview her tomorrow. So thank you for listening today, and there's more to come, so stay tuned, and please follow my YouTube channel and comment and like. That makes me truly happy. It, of course, it does something to the brain chemistry, as we know, to have some feedback. And this is truly different to me with the YouTube, because when I was writing the book, I wouldn't know, of course, if anyone would read my books or if I would get a feedback. This is also just talking to the camera, of course. But with my books and with my YouTube channel, I had so much feedback already, which I, of course, love, because this work is like ripples on water to inspire and for everybody to find their true bliss and their true purpose of life, joy, and what makes you happy. That's the basic, finally, to realize for many of us, I believe. Okay. Have a nice rest of the day or evening if you're in Australia. Bye-bye.